You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Dominque Foxworth. Now, in case you guys don't know who that is, that was a guy that I believe was in the NFL for about 5 or 6 years, if I remember correctly, as a sort of a backup / spot starting cornerback, free safety, strong safety in the NFL. And now he is one of the clowns over at ESPN. And I got to tell you, I don't understand the fascination with this guy and why he gets so much attention over at ESPN. Ryan Russillo will have him on his podcast. He loves talking to him. I like Ryan Russillo's podcast, but every single time that dude's on here, I turn it completely off. I'm not listening. And it's because of takes like this. And something's been discovered because I got to be honest, I don't understand a grown man talking about another grown man this way. And what this has to do with football, I mean, you're supposed to be giving football analysis, right? Football reasons. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and some people are calling it the worst take in the history of football. Now, in case you don't know, I think a lot of people think Jalen Hurts is struggling right now. All right, I think he's only had about 3 or 4 250-plus yard games this year. But what I do know is the man's got 32 touchdowns. Okay, 32 touchdowns. 18 passing, 14 rushing. And I'm not big on running quarterbacks. He is by far my favorite. That guy put up a performance during the Super Bowl against the Chiefs that is still one of the most unbelievable performances I've ever seen. 15 carries, 70 yards, Super Bowl record for a quarterback. Scored 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Passed for 304 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He had 41 fantasy points in that game, by the way. Look, Jalen Hurts, I understand a lot of people will do the whole, I mean, personally, if you give me Jalen or give me Lamar, I'm taking Jalen. And I got a theory behind that, but I just think Jalen's a little bit more old school. That work ethic, I really like it. I love the way he bounced back after the whole situation at Alabama, and he goes to Oklahoma. And nobody thought this guy could play quarterback in the NFL. And he led a team to the Super Bowl. And by the way, in case you haven't noticed, the Eagles are damn good. But nonetheless, Dominque Foxworth went out on television, on ESPN, on Get Up, and said the following about Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is benefiting from pretty privilege. Because he got up on that.
Let's start it over.
Benefiting from pretty privilege. Jalen Hurts is benefiting from pretty privilege. Because he got up on that the press conference after the game, and he acted like he was Josh Allen. Look at this man with his Kangol, looking like Nino Brown.
New Jack City, baby. I'm my brother's keeper. Yes, I am.
We're all with $3,000 million trillion worth of diamonds on his neck, and he acted like he just went for 400 yards for 3 weeks in a row. Man, you had one good week passing, and everyone forgets it when he started batting his eyes at you. I could see Graziano in the meeting got all uncomfortable. Was like, oh, I think he's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, no. How do you do?
Is Dominque Foxworth zesty? Is he kind of zesty? I don't know what's going on here. But that is one of the strangest, weirdest takes I've ever heard, because he just called Jalen Hurts pretty and said he's got pretty privilege. Do you want to know who last gave a take like that? Sonny Hostin about Caitlin Clark. I kid you not. She used the terms pretty privilege. Okay, I mean, I don't get it. That's the weirdest thing I maybe have ever heard out of an ESPN. And there's been a lot of things on it coming out of ESPN analysis over the years that made you just throw up your hands and go, well, no wonder they're losing ratings at an unbelievable rate. A lot of people have unearthed this. They believe it's because of this. This was Dominque Foxworth's podcast, and this was his wife talking about Jalen Hurts.
I don't care if anyone else in the world thinks I look nice. My daughters, they're so sweet. Wow. They tell me, like, you look nice. I mean, I want to think I look nice. If Jalen Hurts happened to see me and he thought I looked nice,
I was wondering, we should put a clock on how long it takes to you.
Like, because I'd be like, look at him thinking an old woman looks nice. You know what's interesting about Jalen Hurts? Okay, obviously, I'm not saying he looks old, like in a bad way, but he looks mature. He does.
He is mature.
He is, but most importantly, he looks it.
From a football standpoint, that's one of the things, most positive things about, I think that those are connected. You can't be a mature football player and not be a mature human, and it seems like a lot of decisions he made with the people he surrounds him with are a reflection of him being more mature than most people. You want me to wrap it up so you can talk about how handsome he is?
Wrap it up so I can talk about the fact that he looks mature, which makes me feel like when I see, honestly,
you feel less like a disgusting person.
Sanders and Shiloh Sanders, they're very handsome too, but they look like babies. So I can't look at them and be like, ooh, they're handsome. I can look at Jalen Hurts even though he's a baby too.
He's not a baby like them.
Okay, he's not a baby like them.
He's like 26, 27.
Okay, and I'm 39. Yeah. But yes, if that 26, 27, however old he is, want to think I look nice. But the person I care most about me thinking I look nice is my husband right here.
Oh, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. No. Is Dominque Foxworth, is his feelings hurt? Is that what he's doing? Little reaction from this, because this is going, Jalen Hurts still Dominque Foxworth's girl or something? Well, you just heard the interview. That was really interesting. The media has become so unserious in the past 3 years. It's nuts. Not to mention they're running out of things to say about Hurts, so they can resorting to demonizing him for being pretty. What does it have to do with his actual football skill? That's what kills me about this whole situation. I mean, what in the world does his looks have to do with? I mean, seriously. Jalen Hurts is 12-2. Josh Allen is 11-3. Hurts doesn't have to act like anyone because he's the guy right now. He's one of the guys. I mean, Josh Allen to me is probably the leading contender for MVP. But Jalen Hurts ain't having a bad season. Well, I mean, come on, stop it. This guy said this is the gayest thing this has ever said. Maybe that's saying a lot. Maybe it is. And they wonder why no one watches ESPN. It's bad. In the history of bad takes, Foxworth has taken a commanding lead. Yeah. People have nothing of substance to say when they criticize looks. Look, when you start bringing race and ethnicity and looks into the situation, you have gone way off the mark. I take a lot of crap because I criticize Gerard Mayo and Antonio Pierce a lot. And I've said they weren't ready for the jobs. Oh, you can bet. Some dumbass going to come through the comment section and say, you hate black coaches. No, they weren't ready for the job. They weren't prepared for the job. Got nothing to do with race. I mean, it's the same thing as those dumbass comments. This guy bringing up looks. I always thought Dominque had a zesty vibe. There you go. This confirms it. Nah, this is suspect on his part. I don't get it. I really don't. This is the most sus thing I've ever heard on ESPN. Do better, ESPN. What the F? Yeah, facts. When my wife saw him a couple of years ago, she was like, who's that? That's your problem. I ain't got nothing to do with takes. This is how I bet USA football. Look at this. This is how Dominque sounds talking about Jalen. Wow. Yeah. The mullet, what the F? Seriously. That's weird. ESPN is forever and always drunk. What the F is this? This guy says Caleb Williams is not bad looking. He's having a hell of a time. In other words, he ain't playing worth a shit at quarterback. Ain't got nothing to do with looks. Stop it. This is the kind of stupid takes that the NBA crew at ESPN gives. Hey, you want to hear this? This is exactly it right here. ESPN wondering why ratings are down. That's it. That's it. Coming from an ass clown with a girl's name. I think we can safely dismiss his opinion as utter and pure garbage. Absolutely. That's crazy. It is. My cat's behind this while I'm making it, moving my computer. Thanks, cat. As a football community, we really need to stop giving these national pundits like Dominque Foxworth attention on social media. I'm sorry, but this is by far the most unserious take I've seen this week. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, pretty privilege, really? Yeah, a lot of people are asking the question right here. Dominque Foxworth needs to learn when to shut up saying pretty privilege to another grown man is really nasty work. Yikes. Yikes. First, we got Adam Schefter destroying a former colleague today, and now we got Dominque Foxworth talking up looks, talking about how pretty of a man he thinks Jalen Hurts is. What the hell is going on at ESPN? I mean, yikes. Tell me what you think about Dominque Foxworth. That's the kind of award-winning commentary we now expect from ESPN. Wow. ESPN 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you couldn't wait to tune in. You just put SportsCenter on and just let it run in the background. And you get all your hot takes and all that. It is a dumpster fire now. Truly. It's a nightmare. It's because they fired everybody that was any good. Way to go, Disney. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.